Have you ever looked at someone at work and thought, how did they get promoted before me? Maybe they have less experience. Maybe they're less skilled. Maybe you even trained them. And yet somehow, they keep moving up. While you're still waiting, waiting to be noticed, waiting to be chosen, waiting for someone to finally recognize your hard work. And that's frustrating because you've done everything you were told to do. You work hard. You stay late. You help everyone. You avoid mistakes. You keep your head down. But here's the uncomfortable truth. The workplace doesn't reward the most qualified person. It rewards the most visible person. And that's why less qualified people often get ahead. Not because they're better, but because they understand something that most hardworking women don't. Today, I'm going to show you exactly why this happens, and more importantly, how to make sure it stops happening to you. Let's start with the biggest misconception. Most people believe that success at work is a meritocracy, meaning, if I do great work, I'll get great opportunities. Sounds logical, but that's not how humans work. People don't promote what they don't notice, and they can't notice what they never see. Think about it. Your manager doesn't see every task you complete. Your coworkers don't know every problem you've solved. Your leadership team has no idea how many times you've saved a project from disaster. You know, but they don't. And that's the problem. Many women believe that talking about their accomplishments is bragging, so they stay quiet. Meanwhile, someone else is talking about their wins, sharing updates, speaking up in meetings, making sure people know what they're working on. And guess who gets remembered? Not necessarily the best performer, the most visible one. Here's another reason less qualified people get ahead. They apply before they're ready. Women often wait until they meet every requirement. Men often apply when they meet some of them. The result? Women spend years preparing. Others spend years advancing. Think about how many opportunities you've talked yourself out of. I need more experience. I need another certification. I need more confidence. I need more time. Meanwhile, someone else says, I'll figure it out. And then they do. Confidence often comes after action, not before it. The third reason is something almost nobody talks about. Perception. People don't just evaluate your work. They evaluate how you carry yourself. Do you speak with confidence? Do you communicate clearly? Do you look like someone who can lead? Do you trust your own ideas? Because if you don't trust yourself, it's hard for others to trust you. This is why executive presence matters. And no, executive presence is not about being loud. It's not about dominating conversations. It's not about pretending to be someone you're not. It's about communicating certainty. When you constantly say, sorry, maybe, I just think, I'm not sure, but you're unintentionally lowering the perceived value of what you're saying, and perception shapes opportunity. Now let's talk about people-pleasing, because this one keeps a lot of talented women stuck. You become the reliable person, the helpful person, the person who says yes to everything. Everyone loves you, everyone appreciates you, but somehow nobody promotes you. Why? Because being helpful and being leadership material are not always viewed the same way. If you're constantly doing everyone else's work, you have less time to demonstrate your own value. And over time, you become known as support, not strategy, execution, not leadership. That's a dangerous place to stay for too long. Here's something that completely changed how I think about career growth. Your job is not only to create value, your job is to communicate value. Read that again. Creating value is not enough. You must communicate it. That means speaking up in meetings, sharing results, highlighting wins, giving updates, showing your impact. Not because you're arrogant, because you're responsible for your own visibility. No one will advocate for your career as much as you should. Now, before we continue, I want to make something very clear. This is not about becoming fake. It's not about self-promotion every 5 minutes. It's not about pretending you're more qualified than you are. It's about making sure your work isn't invisible. Because invisible talent gets overlooked, visible talent gets opportunities. So what should you do instead? Start speaking before you feel completely ready. Share your ideas. Apply for opportunities sooner. Stop minimizing your accomplishments. Stop apologizing for taking up space. Stop waiting for permission. The people getting ahead are not always smarter. They're not always more talented. They're not always more qualified, but they are willing to be seen. And that changes everything. Think about the women you admire most, the women who seem confident, the women who get opportunities, the women who walk into a room and immediately command attention. Most of them were not born that way. At some point, they decided to stop hiding. They stopped waiting until they felt ready. They stopped asking for permission. And they started acting like their voice mattered. Because it does. The truth is, your career isn't built only on competence. It's built on competence plus visibility. Competence plus confidence. Competence plus communication. You already know how to work hard. Most ambitious women do. The next level isn't working harder. It's making sure people recognize the value you already bring. Because the world is full of incredibly talented women waiting to be discovered. And the women who move ahead, they stop waiting. So if you've ever wondered why less qualified people keep getting ahead, now you know. They're not necessarily better. They're simply playing a different game. And from today forward, so can you. Because your goal isn't just to be qualified. Your goal is to be impossible to overlook. If this video resonated with you, take a second and hit the like button. Every like helps this message reach more ambitious women who need to hear it. And if there's a woman in your life who constantly works hard, doubts herself, and isn't getting the recognition she deserves, share this video with her. You never know how much one message can change someone's confidence. And if you're ready to become more confident, more visible, more successful, and finally get the recognition you deserve, make sure you subscribe to She Wins. Because on this channel, we're building careers, confidence, wealth, and the mindset to create a life we're proud of. Remember this, you do not need to become more qualified to start being seen. You need to stop hiding the value that's already there. Thank you for watching. See you. Keep winning.